Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and today we are watching episode 5 of season 1 of Wheel of Time. Really excited for this one because this has been... it's really been good so far, I think. There's problems, of course, I'm not going to deny that, but for what we're getting, I'm still really happy with what we're getting. I think I mentioned it previously, but I try, since a couple of years back, I try to have the approach that I give things a lot more the benefit of the doubt. This might not... I don't know how we're gonna feel about this in a couple of years, after a couple of seasons, but for me, it's way too early to make up my mind, because I prefer to, liking things is more fun than not liking things. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's like how I try to view things, like everything in life. So I could, if I wanted to, I could get bogged down on details that are not exactly what I wanted, or yeah, so on. But yeah, it's more fun to overlook details that you disagree with and try to focus on what you do, what you like about things. It's more fun that way. You have more enjoyment in that manner. So with that in mind, this is fantastic. It just continually blows my mind that this even exists, because I thought this was basically unfilmable, and it's not. I think they've done a great job so far of capturing like the overall the spirit of the books. It feels like Wheel of Time, and then there are details that I don't understand. For instance, like this might make perfect sense. Talking about the previous episode now, the ending there when Nynaeve had the massive explosion of power, and Logain commented on it, because something that Moiraine commented on earlier, that it was weird, like she knew intellectually that women couldn't see men's weaves, and I commented that, yeah, but that goes both ways. Men can't see women's weaves either. But Logain reacting suggested that he could see her weaves. And that's a pretty major departure from the books, if that is the case. It might not be. I don't know. You know? There might be something else. It might be that Nynaeve's explosion of power, that it's like had some physical representation as well, and that's what Logain noticed. I don't know. Because if it's the way it's supposed to be, he's not supposed to be able to see that. So I'm unclear on that. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's a small detail, or I mean, maybe not that small, but I'm okay with it, is what I'm trying to get at. And there might be some explanation later on down the line, or the things that this will impact later on might I'm sure they have good solutions for it, you know, so I'm sure it's not going to be an issue. So last time, what more happened? Perrin and Egwene are traveling with the Tuathan. Matt and Tom and Rand are also traveling. They came upon a farmhouse where they were going to work to spend the night, but things happened, violent things. Matt is behaving increasingly concerningly. Then there was the major focus of the episode, which was on Nynaeve and Lan and Moiraine in the camp of Aes Sedai with the false dragon Logain, who they gentled at the end of the episode. So let's see what happens next. As always, though, just want to mention the Patreon real quick. Link is in the description down below on the Patreon. I do these reactions uncut. They're not edited down like here on YouTube. There's also tons of other stuff, so if it interests you, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's get into episode 5 of season 1 of Wheel of Time.
Picked up a weapon, a sword, bow and arrow, an axe.
He has picked up an axe. What was she aiming at there? Asked, very worrisome.
I see.
Alright, they separated here. Lana? I'm not great at faces. Oh, dude. I wonder what he's gonna do. Those are some shallow graves. Really shallow. Yeah, it's like a part of you died, huh? Because it actually did. You're gonna protect
May the
this?
last embrace of the mother welcome you.
Yes. Are you gonna protect this with power? With magic, maybe? Or are you gonna build mounds, maybe? It's also an option. Ooh. In a circle, that's a lot of dead people. 1 month later, okay. It's quite the leap in time. Ooh, that's a much smaller party. No, how sad. Logan. He has the very characteristic look of someone who's been gentled.
Do you still think of it as home?
Oh, really? Home, that means the White Tower. That's quite the skip.
Is she ready for what's waiting in the White City?
You think she talks to me?
She eats every night at the Warder's fire.
It's not really a spoiler, but they don't really go to the White Tower in the first book at all. So we're in new territory for me. Because stuff happens, you know. So they've been traveling with the... Oh no. Brand. Oh, you're not looking great, Matt.
What is it, you piece of...
Dude is really on edge.
That mountain. I think I've seen it before.
Oh, have you now? That's interesting. Yeah. Tar Valon. Or however you pronounce it. Okay. I wanna comment so hard about how much this diverges from the book, but I want to give it a chance. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. I love what this looks like.
Blood and ashes.
Funky. Hey, nice. A book curse.
Tom told me about this place. The innkeeper was an old friend of his.
Ooh, I think I know what's about to happen. Man, we need to get some help for Matt.
It wasn't you, Tom and I both saw it.
Tom's not here.
It's the fade. That's what we're telling ourselves, at least.
You know you didn't kill that family. You would never hurt that little girl.
Yeah, but the thing is, he doesn't know. Not for sure. This is really nice.
When the Amelin seat arrives...
I don't care about the Amelin seat or your tower politics.
You probably should.
If they've arrived, I'll know.
But will you tell me?
Yeah.
News spreads of your presence here, which it will.
Yeah.
We expect
They're gonna be...
notice immediately.
They're gonna be very interested.
If I'm as powerful as you say I am, maybe it's you, Aes Sedai, who shouldn't underestimate me.
Yes, but you have no control. You have no idea what you're doing compared to people who've spent decades practicing.
It's all right to be afraid.
Yeah, she's never gonna admit that. She's never gonna admit that.
How do you fit into the world? Can you ever go back to being who you were?
Unfortunately, she's too stubborn.
Stay here, do not speak to anyone, and I will try and protect you as best I can. And when I found your friends, I will bring you to them.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel that we've gotten enough context for why Nynaeve is so upset with Aes Sedai. Like, if it's just that Moiraine made these 4 kids or 4 people leave with her, then, like, that feels a bit not enough. Or that they attacked, like that they... everyone's field was attacked. Those 2 things. I don't know, man. Might be, I guess.
What are you two talking about?
She's really enjoying herself.
Did you see? The White Tower.
Oh, we're close. I am pretty sure we're all going to meet up this episode.
Why are we stopping?
Yes, why indeed are we stopping?
The false dragon.
Oh no. These people. Bring Whitecloaks, man.
Those two.
You can't have them.
I can't. That's a strange word coming out of a tinker's mouth.
Yeah.
The way of the leaf against the way of the light.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think these Whitecloaks would think twice about cutting you all down, unfortunately.
We can't just leave them!
White cloaks may be bastards, but they won't kill Tuatha Ann. Come on, hurry.
I hope you're right, dude. Because, like, pretty much all bets are off. Oh, for goodness sakes. I think we might get... Ooh, this is very promising. Ooh, that turn of events is very promising.
The growth and cycle.
Yeah, read that. It's gonna be very relevant.
I didn't even...
Yay!
I tell you, it was not for this I left the steading.
No.
Steading.
Yeah, he's an Ogier.
Loial, son of Arendt, son of Halan. And who are you?
I'm okay.
Rand.
In books, they're described as having eyes like saucers. He doesn't. Don't mind it though. It's fine.
From the Two Rivers, who insists that he is not an Aielman.
Very interesting, huh?
Odd.
That's very, very odd indeed.
I like oddities.
Me too.
You know this book?
Prophecies of the Dragon.
Why would the travels of Jane...
Oh, no, it was the Travels.
Sad. It's a first-class adventure.
Yeah, because he... No, it's not that. He remembers it.
A girl I know used to read this book every day.
Where is she now, this girl? Or is she a woman? You age so quickly.
I'm not sure.
Is a bit awkward. They're trying to make you understand what Ogier are like, or what Loial is like, very fast.
I'll come with you. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
I'll see you out there.
A moment for it.
Such a rush, these.
It's a moment for Loial is quite a while. I love that guy. Yeah, here they are.
Thanks for saving me a seat.
What are you seeing? Does he feel kinship, I wonder?
Let's make a deal.
Maybe. Not making any promises.
If it turns out it's one of us, we won't let each other become like that. Aes Sedai, dragons, whatever. I won't be like that. You won't. You don't know that.
No. I mean, you're just farm boys. What the heck do you know?
I promise. You do the same for me. You bet.
What? Are you suggesting that kill the other one? In that case? Before it goes too far?
How was the procession?
You'll be picking tomato out of his ear for weeks.
It was all worth it to see Leandrin's face when she accidentally got hit with a radish.
Yeah, that would be nice to see. Oh, this dude is wrecked.
Stupid young boy with a death wish, facing off against an Aes Sedai. She just laughed at me.
Like, I don't know if I'm misremembering, but this guy and Perrin, I'm not sure if I remember them from the books whatsoever.
And when she needed a ward, she asked for me. I couldn't believe it. I knew I wasn't worthy.
And that makes you worthy, you know? Humility is always preferable to arrogance.
It's good that you lads always have each other. Probably 10 more warders if Alana had her way.
Yeah.
Bond another Aes Sedai.
First you lose Moiraine and then tell me how easy it is to jump from one woman to the next.
Yeah. But I mean, you need to be given a reason to go on living.
It's time.
I'm not sure, Alana might have lost a warder, which means she would also be very receptive to taking on a new bond, to stop hurting so much. The flame. of Tar Valon. Returning to the fold, to be forged anew. Oh man, there's so many promising signs in this episode so far. But I don't want to say anything in case, both in case I'm right and in case I'm wrong. I hope things will happen, shall we say. You okay, Egwene? I do really like the sleeveless look. Why are you after them, I wonder?
If you care for her, boy, don't fight.
Very unequal treatment here.
Child Valda. We are not who you think.
You have no idea who they think you are.
You're not who I thought you were. And Aes Sedai would have tried to channel already.
Oh, that's what you thought.
The light must have brought you before me for a reason. Twice. The light never...
Oh, right, he did say he wouldn't remember their faces. That's why he went after them.
I'm just a girl from a mountain village who should have never left.
But you can touch the one power. I know you can.
How do you know that?
I'm killing you.
Yeah. He's the kind of person who would throw a supposed witch into the river, tied up, and then like, oh, she drowned. Oh, I guess she wasn't a witch then.
Going to do it? Then do it.
Ooh.
But know this.
Ballsy.
You would have made a strong Aes Sedai. A wonderful ring to add to my collection.
Freaking Whitecloaks, man, they're so barbaric. No! I'm so happy.
Creator never meant for us to have access to so much power. You witches make a mockery of our very existence.
He's so sure of himself.
Channel for me, girl, and I'll kill you and let the boy go. Don't channel, and I'll kill the boy and let you go.
Oh, impossible to deal with.
Decide which one of you it will be.
How about neither?
Stepin.
Oh, Stepin.
If I could get a bit more of that tea you had. For sleeping. About to drift off. The pain goes away.
Good.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have left of her.
No, you have memories as well, dude. Poor guy. You're not supposed to wander. No.
Escaped, did you?
Oh no, this one.
Standing guard outside the hall. In death as they did in life.
Should stay away from her.
Reds don't have orders.
No, exactly. Because they're small-minded.
Women hold the one power, but men still control much of this world.
Because you let them, pretty much.
Little girls who show a spark of being greater than they are.
Don't try to make her relatable. I don't want it.
The persimmons are in season.
I don't like her. I don't appreciate you trying to make her relatable, Joe.
Grand Althor.
Grand Althor.
Why the light?
The braid is a distinct rite of passage in the
We thought you were dead.
It was really very simple.
It was very simple.
What happened to him?
Oh, it's beyond your herbs, Nynaeve.
Show me your tongue.
Don't touch me!
Yeah, it's not something you can cure, Nynaeve. I'm sorry.
I think he can channel.
Have you seen it?
And I don't like that they're thinking this, because that means that they won't get him the help he needs, because he needs Aes Sedai help. Because that curse is not going to let go of its own free will.
We don't need the Aes Sedai.
You do.
I haven't seen her in a month now.
She's alive.
Yeah, but she's in a pickle currently. Quite the pickle.
She had an infection already set into her muscles. Before the person dies, they snap their own legs and arms in half.
That's really serious.
She started making a tea to ease her passing. But I couldn't.
No, you wouldn't accept that. I refuse.
She was so small. In the morning, the fever had broken. Not her.
Yeah. Fairly miraculous turn of events. This is... this feels like bait. Actually.
This is what I deserve. Then I heard another from behind me, and I swung with all my strength.
Yeah, but it was Layla. But the weird thing is that she had her axe raised. People pointed that out, and I didn't notice at first, but I have since. And I wonder why she was like axe raised about to strike at Perrin. I don't know about that.
Killed by what?
Yeah, but you might have saved your life by doing that.
This is what I deserve. Have we reached a decision?
Oh, you... Oh, I hate him.
Very well. No decision is still a decision.
Like, the Children of the Light are bad enough, but the Inquisitors? Way worse.
Not your fault. And it may take you your whole life to realize that.
No, you hear the howling? The stuff's about to go down, yo.
No! Egwene, no!
Yeah, and he's not gonna do it for himself, he's gonna do it for someone else.
In truth, I was expecting more. What are you?
Bad news. Oh, this is what you deserve, you jerks. They have to help. They have to help their buddy.
You won't hurt us.
Aww. Okay.
And to return with such a prize. Where is Nynaeve?
Why do you ask?
You look a little worse for wear too.
Oh, the false concern.
You think she'll choose red? The wisdom of the two rivers. After her first channeling healed the dying.
Our yellow sisters will be desperate to get their hands on her.
Yeah. That's kind of her. The thing she's been doing all her life is healing people and helping people.
Not many people still make offerings to ward off the Forsaken. And who are you trying to keep away?
Loial.
Good pick.
You believe any of it? Think they can still touch our world?
The Forsaken sold their soul.
That sounds like foreshadowing, if you ask me.
Enough of this. I'll stay with you till morning.
It's almost like he's swallowed her death.
Yeah. Dude's hurting bad. He basically needs to be on suicide watch.
What have you been doing out there all these years? I got word that the Amelin's returning from Camelin. She summoned us to the hall to answer for Logain.
Yeah, because you gentled him.
Strong enough to challenge her.
But I have no designs on the seat.
No one has any idea what you have designs on.
No, she plays her cards very close to the chest.
All I'm saying is, for someone who's rarely in the tower, you have two very powerful enemies here.
I don't mind, but the tower seems very empty.
One day you'll have to trust someone with your secrets.
Good night, Maureen.
Yeah. She has someone she trusts. Very timely cutaway there.
I don't know. I've never been with a man.
It's the first time for everything.
There's a first time for everything.
Thank you, dude.
You're assuming they want you.
That's
Not
also...
want.
Ow! Yeah, again. Dude has a lot of great points.
Tell me about the wisdom. She touched the one power for the first time to save your life.
And barely spoken to me since.
She's stubborn.
He's a bit too stubborn.
That's a bad idea for her.
Yeah, you and your missions.
Well, I can tolerate a lot.
I know.
Oh no, that's why he want. Oh, I think Stepin knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't want the goat's tongue from Nynaeve for himself because he knew Lan would come to keep him on like suicide watch. It was all calculated. What a... Oh, that's so frustrating. Has he hung himself? No. Oh, dude. I mean, it's obvious. You jerk. I'm very upset with him. Nice.
A Landmon Dragadan.
Like throat singing.
Relieve us of our grief.
Highly frustrating. So very unnecessary, dude. Okay, so that was episode 5. I have a couple of things that I want to touch on. First, let's just get one thing out of the way. I paused it on his name in the credits. Abdul Salis, who plays Eamon Valda, the questioner, inquisitor. Whitecloak. That dude is doing a fantastic job. Wow, he's really, really good. Because my goodness, how I hate that dude. Oh. And he's, of course, going to be a thorn in our side for probably a long time. Because now he's like even convinced that Perrin is some sort of monster. You know, like a Trolloc, basically. Or something to that effect. I have some criticisms this time around. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm still having a great time. But some things, like the more you watch, the more you get a feel for it. And yeah, there's some things I've observed. For one, for instance, let's say the tower. Yeah, here in Tar Valon. Tar Valon was really well populated. It was that really felt like a proper city that felt alive. The tower, by contrast, felt very empty, you know? We've only seen like a couple of rooms and a hallway, basically. But yeah, that felt very, very empty. Was I the only one who felt that way? I don't think so. Sound off in the comments if you agree. And of course, like, there's not a ton of Aes Sedai and warders, but there was like 3 we saw in this one. There was Moraine, Liandrin, and Alana. That was basically it. And like, there are more than those 3. There's a lot more. And we still might get to them, I guess. But yeah, it felt very empty. And the other thing is a bigger thing. It's to do with how, like, this is a very magical world. And I feel like they are pumping the brakes a bit on the magical aspect. Like, for instance, with Loial, who is described as, I mean, it was good, but it didn't go far enough. Like Loial, the way he's mostly described is he's big, and he was, but his most like distinguishing features, as all ogre, is the very like broad nose, big eyes, also goes for all ogre, and then he has these eyebrows that that are very, very long, and they move like when he is excited. And they droop when he's sad, and like he has very extremely expressive eyebrows. And it's the same with the scene with Egwene and Perrin and Valda. It goes up to a point, and then it's like it needs to pace itself. It needs to like pull back and not go full bore crazy, kinda. That's what was so incredibly special about the previous episode with the Nynaeve explosion. There, they didn't pump the brakes. There, they went full bore into what it like should be, what I think it should be. And they, of course, I mean, they have tons of time to do that, to push it further and to do more extreme things. Which, I mean, not extreme. I'm fumbling over my words a bit, but like, it feels like if the Nynaeve explosion, that's 100%, that's what it like 100% what it should be. Feels like they get up to like maybe 80% sometimes, and then they back off, and then they almost get there, but then they back off many times. And some of the things that I want, I realize I can't get because of the limitations in time. They haven't had the time to explore characters who aren't in the show. They haven't had time to delve into the characters that are in the show enough for those things to happen. Like we've had a lot in the books, we've had a lot more time with the characters to understand them and to follow their journey, so that when something happens, it doesn't feel out of place. It doesn't feel sudden. But I think it would have felt sudden if what happened in the books happened in the show, in the tent with Valda and Perrin and Egwene. For instance, for another example, let's take Loial as an example. When Rand and Mat meet him in an inn, different city, very different city, but they meet in an inn and they spend a good amount of time there together. Mat is off sulking on his own, much like he did here. Like he's brooding because it's the curse, the cursed knife he picked up. That's causing him to freak out. I don't think anyone is. I think most people realize that, that knife that was whispering and then it's been whispering throughout. Like it whispered when he first picked it up or was about to pick it up, and like that's the cause of his behavioral changes. So he's off sulking on his own, and Rand and Loial spend a good amount of time together waiting for the others to show up, basically. And a good amount of that time is spent off camera or off page, I guess I should say. So they get to know each other. So when the book like talks about Loial, Rand has like a more detailed knowledge, like he knows more about Loial. So his behavior is like explained in the books. Here they try to shove that into the first like minute of meeting Loial, because like, yeah, you want to get that point across as fast as you can, basically, and turn him into a character. And I understand why, because of course, like they don't have the amount of time that is needed to do it any other way, basically. I mean, there might be other ways, I don't know. So yeah, that's the overall feeling I'm starting to get a bit more, that we're taking things up to like almost to where I would like it to be, but then pulling back and like pumping the brakes. It's for an analogy that most people would get. It's like if you're listening to electronic music, and like you have the build up to the bass drop, but the drop never comes. You just like build and build and build, and then pull back a little and build and build. Like, for goodness sakes, give it to me. So it's a bit frustrating in that way. And don't get me wrong, I'm still really enjoying myself. Still a good show. It's still awesome seeing this world brought to life. But of course, I'm worried about, as I've said previously, I'm worried that time, we don't have enough time in the show. And they've even said that they want to try to cut it down from like the books. It's 14 books, and the goal is to make like 8 seasons. And they're already cutting out tons of stuff, which it might come in later. This is why I'm still very, very hopeful, because stuff that is cut out now might still come in at a later date. And they've just like moved it around in order to get all the things they wanted to get in to the first season. So to catch people, to reel people in, to make them excited and want to stay for a second season. So anyways, we didn't get to meet up this episode. That's a bit unfortunate. At least Nynaeve got to meet up with Rand and Matt. That's always something, I guess. And this was... It's mind-blowing that this was episode 5. I think there's 8 episodes in the season, which means there's only 3 episodes left. That's crazy, because there's so much to do. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff to do. So yeah, can't wait to see what happens in the next one. But that is it for today. I thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. But until then, do take care of yourselves and peace out.